The Cowboys have decided to part ways with Mike McCarthy, their head coach, after 5 years. And you know, the number one name, especially from ESPN, they want to coach the Dallas Cowboys is none other than Deion Sanders. We've got to talk about it because this is a lot. This is a lot. And they're putting on the pressure hot and heavy. Talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload all the time. Now, the Dallas Cowboys have decided to part ways with their head football coach, Mike McCarthy. And while Coach Prime is in Boulder getting Caden Salter, Juju Lewis, and the rest of the Buffaloes ready for spring football and welcoming guys from the transfer portal, his name is out there like crazy for the Dallas Cowboys to be the next head football coach of the Cowboys. And it is the number one topic for ESPN. Even if you just search Deion Sanders Cowboys, right? Deion Sanders Dallas Cowboys. And I just added ESPN just for a little razzle dazzle because I wanted you guys to see that these guys are going above and beyond to make it abundantly clear on who they want to be the next head football coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, Stephen A. Smith. Coach Prime is the only option to replace Mike McCarthy. It's funny because Awful Announcing back in November said Deion Sanders Cowboys rumors are ESPN's Super Bowl. And that is very true because the discussion didn't stop there. It wasn't just Stephen A. It was his other colleagues as well, guys that used to play for the Cowboys, like, I don't know, Marcus Spears. I don't want to show any video because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but Marcus Spears, Mike McCarthy's exit has Cowboys fans asking for Deion Sanders. Yes, Coach Prime and the success that he happened to have at Colorado, the success that he has had at Colorado, particularly this year with the son coming out in the draft this year, has ESPN commentators and people all around the NFL wondering if Jerry Jones is going to circle the wagons on Deion Sanders. Now, he was asked about it all throughout the year. We know Mike Wervin has been on multiple platforms saying that the next head football coach should be Deion Sanders of the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas, of course, is coming off a terrible year after losing Dak Prescott for the season. Had a bad season, but they have the number 12 pick. And this is critical. This is a couple of factors to weigh in here. The Dallas Cowboys, one, have a head coaching opening. Two, and we know Jerry loves to do stuff. He loves the cameras. He loves the bravado. He loves they're the biggest brand in sports, right? Like, they're the most valuable franchise in all of sports. So they're worth the most money. And Jerry loves the spotlight. And what's going to bring him more of the spotlight than hiring Deion Sanders away from Colorado? I mean, what would do it? There would literally be nothing more. That there's not another coach out there that could bring him the cameras, the spotlight, the attention that is Deion Sanders. That's the pros of hiring Deion. One, he knows the league. Two, you could potentially package him with Shador. Now, the Dallas has the 12th pick. We know that other teams like the Titans and Cleveland and the Raiders are all ahead of Dallas. But Deion and Shador could say, hey, we're not going to play for you guys if you draft me. And Shador is extremely talented. He's not a John Elway type of talent coming out of college where people's like, well, screw you. We'll take you up on your dare and draft you anyway. Eli Manning type of talent when he came out. He's not that type of talent coming out. He's really talented, but not that to where they'll draft him and say, we'll deal with it later. No, if Deion goes to Dallas, the Cowboys are going to get Shador. I don't know how. I don't know why. They're going to end up. If Deion goes to the Dallas Cowboys, Shador Sanders will be a Dallas Cowboy. He will be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, that being said, here are the cons and why I don't think ultimately that it will happen. The cons are, I just told you, Jerry loves the spotlight. He loves the cameras. He loves the attention. He loves all of that stuff. He eats it up. That is his thing. That's his stuff. The problem is, if you bring in a Deion Sanders, this ain't Jason Garrett. This ain't Mike McCarthy. This is Deion freaking Sanders. And bringing in a Deion Sanders means we got the cameras on you, Jerry, but now we're moving them over to Prime. You went from having all systems go, all the cameras, all the spotlight, all the time, to like, yeah, you were the story, and you are still the owner and the de facto GM and team president and going to make all the moves. But this Prime, this Prime, and this Shador, this Prime Shador back together again. This is Prime Shador back together again. We want to hear what they say because they give the sound bites. Shador's the one who did the Shador Sanders throwing the wrist up. Deion's the one that gives you all the quotes and the sound bites, and he's media gold. As you know, if you're watching this channel, you know he's media gold. From the time he was a player, as a coach at both Jackson and Colorado, and yeah, but like that, and I'm not so sure Jerry be a fan of that. I'm not so sure Jerry would be. I could be wrong. Now, I was born in '95, so I haven't been alive the entire duration of the Jerry Jones experience as the Cowboys owner. But since I have been alive, and since I've known football, I've never known Jerry to like a coach, a player, whoever, to be more important than him when it comes to talking about the Dallas Cowboys. That's why he's the de facto GM president, because he likes to have coaches like Mike McCarthy who stays out of the media. Mike McCarthy ain't giving you no sound bites. Ain't nobody checking for Mike McCarthy. He had some good seasons. He won 12 games. He won a Super Bowl. I'm not saying Mike McCarthy's a bad coach, but ain't nobody checking for Mike McCarthy. And wasn't nobody checking for Jason Garrett. Nobody was for damn show checking for Jason Garrett. You know, nobody checking for them. Nobody was really checking for Tony Romo. Like, Tony Romo had some good moments, but Tony Romo was like a son to Jerry. But nobody checking for Tony. Shador come through with the watches. Prime come down with the quotes. They back in Dallas. Them under the umbrella that is the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, the most valuable franchise in sports, not the most valuable franchise in football. I want to make this clear. As you know, Dallas Cowboys is the most valuable franchise in sports, over the Knicks, over the Lakers, over the Warriors, over those big time soccer teams over in Europe. Dallas is number one, and it really ain't close. Dallas is number one, and it really ain't close. And I'm not so sure how Jerry, even at age 80, whatever, would deal with the fact that Prime would be the star of the show, literally the star of the show, him and Shador, a combination, if that's the case, and not him. And oh boy, don't let them start winning. Like, if Prime gets with Shador and they go and they win some playoffs games, they end up in a Super Bowl. We know that was part of the rift between, I take that back. We know that was part of the rift between Jerry and Jimmy Johnson. That's why he got rid of Jimmy, because he felt like he should have got more of the credit with Jimmy building a Super Bowl, multiple time Super Bowl champion team with the Herschel Walker, the big trade that allowed him to get all the draft picks and get Troy and get Emmett and get Michael Irvin, the Herschel Walker deal. And we know Jerry wasn't a fan of that. How would he do with Deion Sanders as the head coach, especially if Prime gets in there and they start winning? It's interesting, though. It's definitely going to be a topic of conversation until Dallas hires a football coach. If you're asking me, do I think Prime takes the Dallas Cowboys job? No, I don't. But it will be interesting. It will be interesting. Now, some people are saying, Jeff, why are you even doing this? Deion always said that he wasn't coaching the pros. And I know that's what Deion said. I'm not saying he didn't. Hold on. Let me show you something. Make sure I ain't tripping, because I know he said it. I'm not saying he didn't say it. But there then came the reports that he was interested in another job, another NFL job. Don't believe me? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. There was the reports that he was interested in another NFL job. Let me see if I can find this really quick. Hold on. What about this? Now, if you're telling me Deion's interested in this, why wouldn't he be interested in Dallas? Report. Deion, this is from On3. This is via the Review Journal out in Las Vegas. Deion Sanders has, quote, very strong interest in the Las Vegas Raiders head coaching job. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously he's not going to say that, but he left the door open to potentially coaching the NFL in some of these recent interviews that he's done. And then this report came out right after that via the USA Today, or via Review Journal. So if he's interested in the Raiders, why wouldn't he be interested in Dallas? If he's interested in the Raiders with Tom Brady in ownership, why wouldn't he be interested in Dallas, where he has a home, where he played, where he spent the majority of his career, or a big chunk of his career in Dallas, where his kids grew up, where his kids went to high school? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying it is definitely going to be something to watch until Dallas hires a head football coach. I don't think he'll be the coach, but it's definitely out there. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and notification bell because I upload all the time. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace.